Who the hell are her parents? She's 16 years old. Do you have any idea how smart that is? That's Einstein level financial IQ. Right off the rip. I'm telling you that right now. Yes, you read the title right. Yes, we are going to be doing this. And yes, it's more for my benefit than it is for you. However, I do hope that you do obviously find this interesting and find that you like it. And if you do, let me know in the comment. If you don't, I'm sure that you will let me know in the comments. But if this is a hit, then we might do more of it moving forward. But we are going to be reacting to finance TikTok, invest in TikTok, because in my private time, when I have been able to spend a little bit of time watching through TikTok, I found some really, really ugly, bad financial content. So I'm hoping we're going to find a good mix today. Some good, some bad, some ugly. And we're going to talk about it. I'm going to react. I'm going to give my views. It'll be something different. So this is how much I've not actually thought this through. I have no idea whether I'm actually allowed to do this on YouTube. I know that people do, but I've obviously got a monetized channel because this is how I pay my bills now. I don't even know if this video can be monetized, but I don't know. Let's see. So I'm on TikTok right now. It's loaded up right here. And I've already put in here, investing for beginners under the search term. So we've come up with these videos right here. So let's start. One thing I have noticed, there's a lot of creators in the United States, obviously, like there are here on YouTube. There's quite a few in Australia as well, I've noticed. So let's start with this one.
What's a piece of information that you learned that feels illegal to
this website. So on here you can literally search any like company.
Okay, I don't know this website, so maybe I'm learning something here as well. Yeah, I don't know this website, so maybe I'll do a review on it. Let's carry on.
Want any stock, and it tells you a lot. So let's use the company I'm currently looking at, which is Energy. It tells you if it's not a buy, a hold, or a buy, and this is just a buy. It can go up to strong buy, but this is just so there.
Okay, so this is an analytical tool that they're highlighting here. So I think they do stock analysis, similar to what Simply Wall Street do, but the interface looks really, really good. So actually,
it's a buy candidate, and it gives you the stop loss. It gives you this little, so you sell there, you buy here. Gives you a little RSI, so you can see how it's doing. Obviously over there it's going a bit above, but then it's come down a bit, which is obviously where you'd buy.
Hold up. Is this thing teaching people or telling people and giving people indications of how they should trade on a daily basis? Because if it's showing the stop loss, I need to check this out. This is interesting.
So I'll give you a little bit of information about the last day in the stock market. Here it also tells you that it is undervalued. And then if it's overvalued, it'll just tell you that. Finding analyst rating, the volatility, and the support and resistance. Honestly, I think it's a quality site.
All right, okay. Well, that's actually quite informative. I need to check that site out because they're doing something very similar to Simply Wall Street, but it looks as though they're providing you some additional day trading tools. So, I mean, I don't talk about day trading on the channel because it's not really my area of expertise. Yes, I do the odd trade here and there, but it's not my bag. But I will check that one out. So this is a good video so far. We're only one video in though, so let's see how we get on.
I've been investing since 2016, and I'm going to share with you 4 things that I've learned.
4 things that she's learned since she started investing for 5 years. Okay, let's have a look and see what she says here. This could be good.
Number 1, it's time in the market, not timing the market.
Do I not say this all the time? I don't know how old she is because she looks relatively young, but that right there is wisdom. No joke. And I like, that's wisdom. That's real wisdom. Time in the market, not time in the market. Didn't just hear it from me.
Basically means that there's no perfect time to start investing. You need to start today and gain experience. Number 2, dollar cost average. This means...
So dollar cost averaging is the American term. In the UK, it's pound cost averaging. So she's going to explain what it means. Let's see what explanation is.
Instead of buying in one lump sum, buy in periodically over time. 3.
Spot on. Spot on. I like that. I like this. I like this. I like this a lot.
Diversify your investments.
Ah,
Basically, just don't
preach.
have all your eggs in one
Preach, 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 preach. Diversify your investments. Preach. This is the kind of person that I like to see on TikTok because she is young, but obviously she's not buying into this hype that's all over TikTok and social media right now. She's very, very sensible. I wonder how she learned this, whether she got it. I don't know where she is. She sounds American, so she may not have had it in school in America because financial education isn't that great out there either. But I wonder whether she's got this by learning on her own or whether she's got it mainly from home. But I like this. I really, really do like this. Preach.
basket. And lastly, use the media as a tool, not a financial advisor.
What? Who is this girl? Come on. Use the media as a tool, not as a financial advisor. This is so, so important. It is missing, right? Yes, we have social media. Yes, we have access to information, but social media should not be your financial advisor. It's what I've always said on this channel. Like, you just don't listen to me. You listen to a different variety of sources. You come up with your own opinion. Do your own research. Social media is for information only. And I tell you what, I need to find out who she is because she's very, very, very good. I like this. I like this a lot. This is a big hit for me. Video number
I've
2.
been investing since 2016.
All right, let's go on.
What is up, guys? This is a video for all my beginner investors. Some of you still might be confused when you look up a stock, so I'm here to help you out. So today,
All right, okay. So straight off the bat, how to read stock charts. When I started on Instagram in 2019, I was doing 60-second videos every single day. And I quickly realized that, especially when you get to making investment type videos, it's very hard to provide the context and an explanation that is impactful within that period of time. He's talking about teaching people how to read stock charts. I'm curious to see how much he's going to be able to fit in 60 seconds because it's a big topic. Let's see.
today we're looking at Apple. This is the price per share. The percent to the right of it is how much it changed that day. Now, when we look at the chart just tracks how much the stock changes.
I don't know why he's got 100K circled here. I don't know. Is that how much he's invested? I have no idea why he's got 100K circled here, but anyway.
When you go below the chart, you see open. Open is the first transaction. High is the highest price of the stock today, and low is the lowest point of the stock today. The market cap is the company's entire value. PE ratio is the price to earnings per share, and Apple gives a small dividend.
All right, okay, cool. So just as I suspected, he's not actually talking about how to read stock charts. He's not. All he's basically doing here is he's just highlighting what the information on this screen essentially means. Because if you talk about, reading stock charts, that to me means understanding candlestick analysis, all that kind of stuff, reading those charts. What he's done here, and don't get me wrong, it is needed. If you're a newbie looking at this in Yahoo Finance, for example, you won't know what the open means or the high means or the low means. That is important information, but this isn't strictly true to the title in how to read stock charts. Reading stock charts is more about what's going on in that graph more than anything else. But good video nonetheless. Still a good one. Not as a hit as the last one though. The last one was fire.
This is the exact steps I took to start investing.
Okay, this is good. She sounds Australian. Exact steps that she took to start investing. Let's see what she has to say.
Just wanted to add as well that I am not a financial advisor. I'm here just
Disclaimer right away. That's good.
to show my personal experience and hopefully show others, especially my age, like early 20s, that you do not need a ton of money to invest and have a retirement plan in place and just start setting yourself free financially.
Preach. Because you do not need to have 5K, 20K to start investing. If you can afford £10 and you're 18, 19, going into your first job, invest your £10 every single month. Just start early. You will thank yourself later on in life because it is just about getting started. So I like this video already and I like her already.
So the very first thing I did was I jumped on TikTok and Instagram. I searched the basic keywords like Australian investing for example, and I literally read and watched everything that I possibly could.
So, like the last TikTokers talking about don't use social media as your financial advisor, use it as a tool. This is what she's essentially done. She's seeking out information using the tool that's available to her, social media. So, what else you got else to say?
Next thing I did was any words that I didn't understand that came up. I'll put a list here. Some that I've researched.
Pause. Okay, pause right quick for a second. This is what she's put on this screen: index funds, ETFs, ASX, dollar cost averaging or pound cost averaging to us here in the UK, shares, chess sponsored, dividends, capital gains, inflation, marketplace. One of the first things that I say to people when they're looking to invest is you need to familiarize yourself with the language of investing. It's like learning a language. So if you're going to France, for example, you don't know what bonjour means, right? How do you know when to use the word? If you understand what bonjour means, you can then use the word appropriately. The same thing applies when you're investing. If you understand what an index fund is, if you understand what an ETF is, if you understand what capital gains is, you will know when it's important and how to actually use it. So important. This right here is gold.
When I first started, I would just, I'd find out the definition, what it actually meant, and I'd go through literally every word that I didn't know. If you want to further your knowledge even more, there's so many podcasts and books.
Yes, there are podcasts. There are. The Conversation on Money podcast. Wink, wink. If you've not listened to it already, definitely go listen to that. Very good, very, very good podcast, even if I say so myself.
Books that you can read. I'll drop some in the comments below. Sorry, I'm going to have to do part 2.
Okay, so look, that was a really good video. Again, someone who's not a financial advisor, sharing her story, sharing how she got started. I think this is great. I think a lot of the time people resonate with people that look like them, that sound like them, of the same age demographic. It's more relatable. And that's one of the biggest things why I do this, is to make this relatable. So everything we found so far has been great. It's all in the good category. Let's see if we find anything that's kind of like elsewhere.
What would your
Whoa. This is the GOAT right here, Mr. Graham Stephan. So what is his investment strategy? What would it be if? Let's find out.
strategy be if you only had 1,000 today?
The best investment then would be to use a free stock trading app, no matter what it is, and learn to buy individual stocks. You'll learn.
Interesting. Now, I do watch Graham, because who doesn't on YouTube, right? I'm surprised that he's gone to learn to buy individual stocks specifically, bearing in mind that buying individual stocks with just $1,000, it increases your concentration risk massively. Let's see what else he has to say here.
Learn a lot more about the markets, going and researching individual stocks, learning to read the reports, and getting really involved in like what makes a company successful. I think $1,000 is really just maximizing education.
What would your
The angle that he took here is actually very interesting. It's not so much about diversification and staying safe. What he's saying here is to use individual stocks in order to maximize the education of doing individual stock research, reading reports, so on and so forth. I can't really fault him for his approach here, because he could have gone either this way or put £1,000 into the S&P 500, into an ETF, which would still be a sound thing to do. But it's a very interesting angle that he's taken here around the $1,000 to invest in individual stocks for educational purposes. So, all right, Graham, well done.
You should never have money in the bank.
Do I buy gold?
No, fuck no. You only
gold
buy
isn't
things
like
that.
Oh my freaking God. Mr. Cardone, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think I've said this before on YouTube, but I do not like this guy. I don't like this guy because I feel like he talked so much just... Oh my God. And people listen to him and take him seriously. Anyway, let's start this again.
You should never have money in the bank.
Do I buy gold?
I mean, just off the open right here, you should never have money in the bank. Who says that? Who says that? Maybe he should never have money in the bank because he has a lot of it, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have money in the bank. Like, come on.
Gold? No, fuck no. You only.
He doesn't buy gold. He doesn't buy gold. Let me guess what he buys. He buys property, but he won't buy gold.
We
gold
buy
is at,
things
the
that
top.
produce cash flow that can't be
Oh my God. Okay. Let's hear him out.
disrupted. Like the real estate I buy. The real estate I buy is
Right, there we go. There it is. Real estate. Real estate, real estate, real estate. Property to you in the UK.
indestructible.
What about the real estate?
Indestructible. It's indestructible until the building falls down, like the building that happened last week or this week in Miami. It's indestructible till then. It's indestructible until there's a freaking tsunami. It's indestructible until there's like a tornado in the middle belt of America. It is indestructible until there's some natural disaster that just wipes out your building, a fire, a flood, something like that. It's indestructible. But carry on, Grant.
That you buy makes it indestructible.
The rents are $1,500 a month. World comes to an end tomorrow. Short of North Korea going nuclear. What are you going to do? You're not going to go below $1,500 a month. Your house.
There are multiple reasons why your rent will go below $1,500 a month. You see a mass of people lose their jobs. You may be forced to adjust to market conditions. He's talking like this stuff is guaranteed. No, it's not. He happens to be in a position where he can leverage debt. He can have a property portfolio to give him income. He doesn't worry about cash. Like he's a multi-millionaire. His tax bracket and his money problems are very different to ordinary people. Very, very different. This one I will class as being in the ugly category or even the bad category of TikTok, because this guy is just full of just, let's move on.
Dad, I've decided it's time to start investing my money. Unfortunately, you're going to have to wait till you're 18 for that, son.
Is this the first UK TikToker that we've come across so far? It is, I think. I like it. He's talking about junior ISA already. Let's go.
Actually, you could just open a junior stocks and shares ISA for me. A junior what? It's just an investment account that you'll fully manage, but all the money will be in my name. And then when I turn 16, I get to take over and fully manage that account myself. That's quite smart. You don't mind me asking where you learned this stuff? Just by following this guy, Gabriel Nussbaum. Dad?
I like it. He's good. Junior ISAs are a really good tool, particularly if you're a parent trying to invest for your children. From a practical point of view, the issue is the minute they hit that maturity age, the money goes over to them. So for some parents, they don't necessarily want their kids to have X amount of £1,000 go into them at that age because they may not be smart enough or mature enough to deal with that level of income. So it is a great tool, but some parents do feel reticent about giving their kids that kind of money. But it is a great tool to use nonetheless.
If this is all the money in the universe and the government goes out and prints billions of dollars more of this.
Here's what I'm doing today at 16 years old to help me with my real estate plan. I work at a 9-to-5, which feels...
This is a 16-year-old. I love this. This is going in the good. If I could create a great bucket, this is going in the great bucket.
my stock market.
Just listen to what she's saying. She is planning to have a real estate portfolio. She's working a 9-to-5, which will fuel my stock market investments. Do you understand how smart that is to come from a 16-year-old? In today's age, she's not talking about trading to fund it. She's talking about working a 9-to-5. I want to know who her parents are. Her parents are awesome because I'm sure her parents have told her, or at least taught her to say, you need to earn money in order to invest it to acquire assets. And so she has no problem working a 9-to-5. She's working with purpose. I guarantee you right now, her budgeting is on point. I guarantee you that. I wish I was that smart at 16.
Investments, which will then fuel my real estate goal, which is to buy a multi-family property.
How amazing is this? To fund a multi-family property. So she wants to basically buy property that will host multiple families that she will get a rent from, and that will basically fund her livelihood. This is amazing from a 16-year-old.
This will allow me to rent out the other units, making it easier for me to pay off my mortgage loan, which means I'll be practically living there for free. I will be putting down only 3%, so that means like around 15,000 to 20,000. Follow to learn more and check out my.
Who the hell are her parents? She's 16 years old. Do you have any idea how smart that is? That's Einstein level financial IQ. Right off the rip. I'm telling you that right now. What is her name? Ariana. I'm going to link her YouTube. I love this. This is in the great portion.
10K, you should not be investing in the stock market.
10K, you should not be investing in the stock market. What planet do you live on, my guy? What? I can't swear on this video because I'm going to get demonetized. I don't even know if I'm monetized right now. But you should not be investing if you haven't got 10K. Are you joking? What planet do you live on?
You should be investing in a business, a side hustle. I say real estate. I guess.
Okay, now listen. You should be investing in a business or a side hustle. Okay, now if the angle to this is you need to focus on generating income, then this makes sense. But you started this out saying 10K. So 5K is not enough. You really think that most people have just 5K lying around just like that?
Started with 10 grand in real estate. At what point do you think it's worth
Another real estate dude. Of course.
investing in the stock market? Like, how much should you have? If I could rewind to my 22-year-old self, once I had more of an active income and I could reliably rely on that active income coming in every month, and I could say put $1,000, $2,000 in the stock market every single month.
Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm trying to watch my language here because this is baloney. This is so much baloney. So what these guys are saying is, he's saying, this one right here is saying, he was waiting until he could rely on his active income. So he's built a business, spent the time to do that. You might fail. So what you are now missing is time in the market because you're building a business. And now he's saying $1,000 to $2,000 a month. What planet do these guys live on? This is ridiculous, guys. These are the kind of people that you should not be listening to on TikTok because this is absolutely ludicrous. At the end of the day, social media, there have been some really good videos in here. There has been. I think we found more good than bad. We've certainly found some ugly ones as well. But I think there's more positive stuff than there have been negative stuff in doing this video. And I think it's just testament to show that social media can bring different views, which you have to take with a pinch of salt. Because at the end of the day, people have different opinions and they're always going to create content that is based on their opinion. I base my content based on my opinion and my professional qualifications and experience. Maybe I'm a little bit different in that way. Maybe I'm not. That is for you guys to decide. But one thing that I would definitely say in closing this video off, don't listen to people like freaking Grant Cardone. Please don't. You got to understand, he's in a completely different tax bracket to you. He's in a completely different tax bracket to you. Where he is right now, his problems are not your problems. They're not your kind of problems. You want his kind of problems when you get to that level. But you've got to remember, you have to start somewhere. Start it from the bottom, now we're here. You need to lay foundations. In a property analogy, you don't build a skyscraper by starting at the top. You start at the bottom to give yourself a foundation. This is the danger of social media these days. People listen to millionaires because they're millionaires. Oh, they've been there, they've done that. Dude, their problems are very, very different to yours. They're in a completely different tax bracket. If they are investing in the stock market or anything at all, they're investing in things that you wish that you had access to right now. Does that mean you shouldn't aspire to them? No, you should aspire to them, but take their advice with a pinch of salt, like you would take anything that I say here on YouTube with a pinch of salt as well. Guys, let me know whether you enjoyed this. Just a little bit of fun, something a little bit different for the channel. If you do like it, we might do a few more of these and see if we can find some gems out there in the social media sphere of financial content. This is needed sometimes, because sometimes I just feel as though I'm just banging on and saying the same thing all the time. So this has been nice. But anyway, if you're not listening to the podcast this week, listen to the podcast. It is great. We've got a cracker. We're talking about Binance. If you haven't tuned into the live on Sunday, it is also there. I think I might link it in the comment section below as well. Go watch that to find out what's really going on with Binance. I covered quite a lot of context in terms of the FCA, what they think they're doing, maybe possible legal loopholes that Binance could exploit. so on and so forth. Go check it out. But guys, I appreciate you. Remember, money is a tool, life is for living. I'll catch you midweek.